Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. Families will soon receive their December advanced child tax credit payment. Those not receiving payments may claim any missed payments on the upcoming 2021 tax return. But first, an attempt at a joke. I apologize in advance. During the midst of a pandemic, a government genie appeared and granted each citizen one wish. Citizen Sam wanted the government to give him lots of money. He got a few $1,000s. Citizen Jane also asked the government to make her rich. She got a few $1,000s. On and on, each citizen asked for wealth and each received a few $1,000s. While the last person in line, that last citizen, was rolling on the floor laughing for some reason. Finally, the government genie got to that last person, that last citizen, and asked, "What do you wish for?" He said, "I wish for all the money you gave to all the other people to become worthless." That last person's name was inflation. IR 2021-249, December 15, 2021, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service and the Treasury Department announced today that millions of American families will soon receive their final Advanced Child Tax Credit, the CTC, payment for the month of December. Eligible families who did not receive advance payments can claim the child tax credit on their 2021 federal tax return to receive missed payments and the other half of the credit. So quick recap on how all this is going to be working. We got the CTC, Advanced Credit Payments, Advanced Child Tax Credit Payments going out. Normally, if you didn't have the advance payment, then you would be filing the tax return for 2021 sometime typically before April 15th of 2022. You would then be filing for the credit typically lowering the amount of tax that is owed, possibly increasing a refund if a refund is due at that point in time. The IRS wanted to give the money out sooner, so they wanted to take some of that credit and give it out in advance payments that they have been doing throughout 2021. We're on the final advance payment for December. In order to do that, they increased the credit that you would have gotten when filing the tax return by April 15, 2022 for tax year 2021. They made it refundable, so the whole thing would be refundable. So even if your tax liability was basically zero, you'd still get the full credit. That makes it a little bit easier to estimate what it would be. Then they tried to take basically half of what the estimated credit would be, allocate it over the 6 months of 2021 in an advance credit type of format. Therefore, people are getting the advance credits now, and then at the filing of the tax return, if everything went as planned, you would think then they would still need to calculate the actual credit at that point in time, subtract out the advance payments that they had received during 2021, which, if everything goes well, I believe would be half of the credit, and the other half then would be claimed when filing the tax return. So the final batch of advanced monthly payments for 2021, totaling about $16 billion, will reach more than 36 million families across the country. Most payments are being made by direct deposit. Under the American Rescue Plan, eligible families have received more than 200 million payments, totaling more than $93 billion. Most eligible families received payments dated July 15th, August 13th, September 15th, October 15th, November 15th, and December 15th. For eligible families, each payment is up to $300 per month for each child under 6 and up to $250 per month for each child ages 6 through 17. Here are more details on the December payments. Families will see the direct deposit payments in their accounts starting December 15th. Like the prior payments, the vast majority of families will receive them by direct deposit. For those receiving payments by paper check, be sure to allow extra time through the end of December for delivery by mail. Payments are going to ineligible families who filed a 2019 or 2020 federal income tax return. Returns processed by December 1st are reflected in these payments. This includes people who don't typically file a return, but either during 2020 successfully filed a return to register for economic impact payments using the IRS non-filers tool on irs.gov, or in 2021 successfully filed a return by using the non-filer sign-up tool for advanced CTC. Families who did not get a July, August, September, October, or November payment and are getting their first monthly payment this month will still receive their total advance payment amount, for which for the year, which is half their total child tax credit. This means that the total advance payment amount will be made in one December payment. So what that means is basically they tried to take half the credit that you would have gotten based on the estimate that they would have made and then allocate it over 6 months. So then you might say, well, what if they got the estimate wrong and you basically told them that the estimate was wrong? They got updated information, possibly another return filed or something like that, or you provided them more information like your income level, then that could change what the estimate is. So then the question is, well, how are they going to make that change? Are they going to change the prepayments, or you could just going to get more of the money or less, possibly, depending on how the change worked when you file the tax return by April 15th of 2022. And what they're trying to do is adjust the actual payments. So that would mean that, for example, if you would qualify for more of the payment, they didn't know about the fact that you would qualify for the advance payments, and then you gave them the information somehow. Now they know you qualify. Then instead of having the 300 to 250 to 300, they would increase it because they would be, in essence, just taking half of the payment that you would have gotten from the credit by filing for the tax return if there were no advance payments, and they're just trying to take half of it and allocate it over the remaining months. If there's only one remaining month left, then you would get the full half of the credit on this December payment, theoretically, in the event that the IRS didn't know about the prior payments and now they had awareness of it. So you wouldn't get the 300 to 250, you'd get the full amount at that point in time. But if you've been receiving the payments this whole time, then everything should be just going as standard. You should get the same amount if they got the estimates correct. So claim the full child tax credit on the 2021 tax return. Eligible families who did not receive the advanced child tax credit payments can claim the full amount of the child tax credit on their 2021 federal tax return filed in 2022. So even if you didn't get the advance payments, then this whole thing is supposed to reconcile itself out as the tax return is filed in 2022. That's kind of the strategy that we're getting used to. We saw it with the economic impact payments. We've seen it with the advancements for the insurance premiums and so forth, and the health marketplace and whatnot. So they're basically trying to get the money out. They like to get the money out before the tax return is filed, and then they're going to try to reconcile everything at the point in time that you file the tax return. So if you didn't get the advance payments, then you should be able to reconcile and pick those up if you qualify for them by filing the tax return for 2021 by typically April 15th of 2022. This includes families who don't normally need to file a tax return. Families who received advance payments will need to file a 2021 tax return and compare the advanced child tax credit payments they received in 2021 with the amount of the child tax credit they can properly claim on their 2021 tax return. To help taxpayers reconcile the advance payments, the IRS will send letter 6419 in January 2022 with the total amount of the advanced child tax credit payments taxpayers received in 2021 and the number of qualifying children used to calculate the advance payments. People should keep this and any other IRS letters about advanced child tax credit payments with their tax records. See Reconciling Your Advanced Child Tax Credit Payments on Your 2021 Tax Return for more information. There's a link to that here. Links to online tools, answers to frequently asked questions, and other helpful resources are available on the IRS's Advanced CTC 2021 page. There's a link to that here as well. There'll be a link to this in the description.